put it this way, I didn't go on that show to find love. That's not the reason why I am where I am now. Yeah, it gave me a platform. Yeah, it elevated me. But the things I've done now are not because of Love Island. They're because of me and what I've decided to do in my work ethic.
Love Island. I don't want to talk too much about it because I think everybody understands the show and the concept of it. But when you first were presented with the opportunity and you're debating, because a lot, I think everyone's got a mate who says, oh yeah, Love Island asked me to be on it. And I said, no, that nonsense, right? When you first were presented with the opportunity, what was your incentive for saying yes?
Well, it's tricky. I've always struggled with how to talk about it because I answered a question once on my YouTube about, was Love Island a business move for you? And it is tricky for me to say the right thing without upsetting people. But put it this way, I didn't go on that show to find love. No one does. People go on it for the experience. People go on there for a laugh. And I think because I went on there with a completely probably incorrect mindset, that's why I did come out with a boyfriend. And I think, because when you're not expecting something, it happens. But yeah, I remember they came forward and I just thought, at the time my influencing was going really well. And there was actually a side of me that thought, I can actually do this without going on this show. Like, I know I'll be fine either way. My following was growing rapidly. Like, I think I was about 170,000 followers at that point, and that was all organic growth. There was no TV shows or anything, and I hadn't had any friends of large followings that sort of posted me. It was all very natural growth. So I knew I'd say now that if I hadn't gone on the show, I'd like to say I'd be hitting 1 million followers because I had that really good work ethic with my Instagram. But the show just it just elevated me. And then I think one thing I always say is that when you come off that show, you're all on a level playing field and it's totally up to you where you go with it. And I just knew that I wanted to go just to levels that no one had ever gone to. And that's why I never really speak about it, because I just feel like I don't owe it. That's not the reason why I am where I am now. Yeah, it gave me a platform. Yeah, it elevated me. But the things I've done now are not because of Love Island. They're because of me and what I've decided to do in my work ethic.
So I want to drill down on that point then. So you're completely right. Love Island is a platform, but it's super, super clear that if you look at the outcome of everybody that's been on that platform, the results are wildly varying. And you're part of that platform.
Yeah.
But what's happened to you subsequently after you've been on that show is unprecedented. There's not been another example of someone who has risen so high following being involved in that platform.
Yeah.
So what is it about you and your character, your whatever it might be? I don't want to put the answer in your mouth. What is it about you that's caused that?
So many different things, but I think I knew the minute I came off that show that I just wanted to do crazy things. And one thing for me is that when I reach one goal, it's what can I achieve next? It's never enough for me. And I think it's a bit of a downside to my personality, because when I achieve something incredible, I just want more. I always want more. Like, I remember I was speaking to Fran about this. I was like, I remember when my goal was, I really want to get £1 million in my bank account. That's all I wanted to do. I was like, that is my goal. And then the minute I reached it, I was like, well, I want 2 now. I want 2 million. And it's like, I never am happy with where I'm at. I'm constantly working towards the next thing. But I think you need that. You need that work ethic. You need that desire to always want more. It's never enough for me. Even when I got my biggest dream collabs, and it's just, what can I get next? Fran's sick of it as well. She's like, it's enough now. Come on.
Yeah, and when someone hears that, they might think, well, how do you be happy and satisfied and content whilst always striving to have more and more and more? And once you get to that mountaintop, or what you thought was the mountaintop, they call it like a false peak in climbing, where you get to that bit and then you look up and there's more to go.
Yeah.
And so how do you find the happiness amongst and amidst the climb?
Yeah, I'm working on that, I think, because even recently, like, we moved into a new place, we moved into this new house, and I've realised I've actually got a bit of a problem with it, because I was like, this house is literally a dream. It's a dream, but it's not enough for me, because I still want more. Like, I still want a bigger house, I still want bigger things, and it's like, I need to work on that, because you do need to find that happiness, because 16, 17-year-old me is screaming at the things I'm doing right now, and I'm still like, it's not enough, But I think that's why I'm doing the things I'm doing, and I am achieving great things, because I'm never sort of like, okay, I'm happy this week, I'll just sit down and this is fine. No, it's like, what are we doing next week? It's always more.
Why do you think you want more? What emotionally, psychologically, in the mind, what is it that's saying that why is more important?
I think, again, going back to that point where like when I'm older and I've got my kids around me and I want to literally look back and say like my life was unbelievable. Like I did every single thing I could possibly ever want to do. There's not one thing on my list that's not ticked. And I think I'm not there yet. And I know I can achieve more because it's possible. So why not? Like we literally only are given one life. We have to just go to the extremes, and that's what I'm trying to do.
I'm very much the same in many ways, and over the years I think I got to a point where my book is called Happy Sexy Millionaire because at 18 I wrote in my diary, bear in mind I was living in Moss Side and didn't have a driving license. A Range Rover Sport will be my first car. I'll make $1 million before I'm 25. I'll have a girlfriend and I'll have a six-pack, basically, right?
Love that.
That's my life goals. 25,
Brilliant.
24 I'm driving a Range Rover Sport, I'm a millionaire, whatever.
Amazing.
And then that anti-climax of getting there,
yes,
this like feeling of where's the marching band and the confetti? Like I thought
it's a huge anticlimax, isn't it? It's mental. Like, don't get me wrong, it's incredible to reach your goals, but it is a little bit you know when you hear people, the richest people in the world, and they say you're not happy though because you have all this money. You think, yeah, you are happy. Like, of course you are. You've got all this money, but they're probably not, because it really actually doesn't mean anything. All of that stuff. Your happiness comes from within and the people around you and your life. It doesn't come from how much money you have in your bank and what car you drive and what house you live in. It really doesn't. It sounds cliche, but I've learned that. And I'm only 22 and I've realised that straight away. I'm like, oh gosh, okay. It actually doesn't come from all this stuff. It comes from your mental state and your family and the more important stuff, really, the non-superficial stuff.
That anticlimax is very real though. And my concern, as you've said there, is like, I just was scared that I'd never be happy if I'm not happy now, because like this is like, I think for both of us, from what you said anyway, this is the dream that Hitchin Molly-Mae dreamed of. And Hitchin Molly-Mae at 17 said, when we get there at 22, we're going to be happy. I promise you.
I'll sit on my sofa and I won't work another day and I'll be happy and it's not that way. It isn't. You think it will be. And don't get me wrong, it's incredible and I'm so happy. I'm the happiest I've ever been. I don't want for more, but I do, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Have you got a lot of friends?
No. I don't. That's a blunt question. Yeah, no.
There's lots of blunt questions here.
Straight up, no. No, I don't. My circle is minuscule. I have literally about 5 people in my circle, and that includes friends. I have acquaintances and I have people in my life that I say are my friends, but my circle is absolutely tiny and I like it that way. I wouldn't have it any other way. I work, I spend time with my boyfriend and I go to bed. That is literally my life. And I'm not bothered about a social life. It's never been something that I've been interested in. I don't know if you know, but I don't really drink. I don't party. I don't go out. But that is just because I actually don't enjoy it. It's not for me. I'd rather just focus on making money, being successful and being happy. That's friends. They come and go. And I find it a bit of a waste of time. So
you don't actively want more friends?
No.
Yeah.
No, it's time consuming. Like trying to make people happy. Like I've lost a lot of friends, but since coming off Love Island, because I don't have the time. And in the end, I just say, do you know what? Look, like I'd rather focus on the things that are actually going to elevate me. And it sounds savage, but sometimes friends, they just not cling on, but they don't add much.
Add value,
yeah.
If you love the Diary of a CEO brand and you watch this channel, please do me a huge favour. Become part of the 15% of the viewers on this channel that have hit the subscribe button. It helps us tremendously, and the bigger the channel gets, the bigger the guests.